Germany was in a dark place after World War I. The country was in ruins, both physically and economically. People were desperate for a strong leader, someone to fix their problems. This is when Adolf Hitler and his Nazi party stepped into the spotlight. Hitler was a powerful speaker. He promised to restore Germany to its former glory. He blamed the Jews and other minorities for Germany's problems. Many people believed him. They were willing to follow him no matter the cost. The Nazi Party gained more and more support. In 1933, Hitler became Chancellor of Germany. He quickly consolidated his power, transforming the country into a dictatorship. Democracy was dead. Hitler was now the Führer, the supreme leader of Germany. The world watched with growing concern. Little did they know, this was just the beginning of Hitler's terrifying plan. But at the heart of Hitler's plan was a dangerous and hateful ideology. He believed in the superiority of the Aryan race, a fictional group he considered the master race. He saw Germans as part of this superior race, destined to rule the world. Hitler's ideology was fueled by hatred. He blamed Jews for Germany's problems, using them as scapegoats. He promoted violence against them and other groups he considered undesirable, such as Roma people and people with disabilities. This hateful ideology was outlined in Hitler's book. It became the Nazi Bible, shaping their policies and actions. Hitler believed Germany needed Lebensraum, or living space, to expand and thrive. He set his sights on Eastern Europe, planning to conquer and colonize these lands, enslaving or eliminating the people who lived there. Hitler's vision was a nightmare waiting to unfold. It was a vision built on hate, expansion, and brutal domination. He was determined to make it a reality no matter the cost. The world would soon learn the true meaning of his ambition. Hitler wasted no time in putting his plans into action. He defied the Treaty of Versailles, which had imposed restrictions on Germany after World War I. He began to rebuild Germany's military, defying the treaty's limitations. In 1936, Hitler sent troops into the Rhineland, a demilitarized zone in western Germany. This was a direct violation of the treaty, but the world did little to stop him. This only emboldened Hitler, proving to him that he could get away with aggression. Next, Hitler turned his attention to Austria. In 1938, he orchestrated the Anschluss, the annexation of Austria into Nazi Germany. He claimed that Austria was a part of a greater German Reich and that its people wanted to be united with Germany. The world watched nervously as Hitler grew bolder. His actions were a clear threat to peace, but many hoped to avoid another devastating war. Appeasement, however, only fueled Hitler's ambition. He saw it as weakness and was determined to take more. With each act of aggression, Hitler grew more confident. His sights were now set on Czechoslovakia. He demanded the Sudetenland, a region of Czechoslovakia with a large German population. In a last-ditch effort to avoid war, the leaders of Britain, France, Italy and Germany met in Munich in September 1938. They agreed to give Hitler the Sudetenland in exchange for his promise of peace. This became known as the Munich Agreement. The agreement was a betrayal of Czechoslovakia, which was not even included in the negotiations. It also proved to be a fatal mistake. Less than 6 months later, Hitler broke his promise and invaded the rest of Czechoslovakia, seizing control of the entire country. The world finally realized that Hitler could not be trusted. War was inevitable. On September 1, 1939, German forces invaded Poland, marking the beginning of World War II. The world watched in horror as Hitler's ambition plunged it into another global conflict.